The Denver Broncos could set their sights on a new free agent target. But before we talk about who that is, Broncos country, I want to shout out the affiliate partner for today's video, Green Gridiron Helmets. Use code DENSYN, DENSYN, link in the description below to save off your first purchase on authentic NFL helmets. From small replicas like this one behind me to full-size authentic helmets, Green Gridiron has it all. So use code DENSYN, DENSYN to save off your first purchase from Green Gridiron Helmets. Thank you so much to them. And now back to your regularly scheduled content. We have a new chapter to report on the Jonathan Allen Washington Commanders saga. The Commanders have already announced that they're going to be moving on from the defensive tackle to save about $16 million. The question is he going to be cut or is he going to be traded? Per Mike Silver of the Athletic, the Commanders are going to still try to find a dance partner to make a trade work. But if they can't, and the deadline is starting to come up rather quickly, Allen is going to be released in a cost-cutting move. If he is released, he should have plenty of options, and I do believe that one of those options could be the Denver Broncos. There are some pros and some cons to bringing in Jonathan Allen if you are the Denver Broncos, but in theory, he could be an upgrade at defensive tackle for you over DJ Jones. Jones is set to be an unrestricted free agent. He played on a $10 million deal last year, so I don't know if the Denver Broncos are going to want to bring DJ Jones back. If they opt to move on from Jones and Jonathan Allen were available, I could definitely see Denver pouncing. But I'm going to go ahead and reveal kind of the pros and the cons to this. The first con is that he only played in 8 games in 2024 with a pectoral injury. But a pro attached onto that is only the second time in his career that he has missed significant time due to injury, and the first time since his rookie year back in 2017. So injuries are not a common theme for Jonathan Allen, or if he does get hurt, he plays through them. He's not a guy who generally misses time unless it's for an injury that you can't play through, like a torn pectoral if you're a defensive lineman. So Jonathan Allen, health isn't a massive concern, but it is something to note. Another thing to note is that he was on pace for a down year before he suffered that injury. He had 16 total pressures, 16 total tackles, and 3 sacks in 2024. And even when you fudge the numbers to sort of compensate for his missed time, he was still having a down year. But I think that could be more attributed to he wasn't a great schematic fit in that Dan Quinn defense. It looked like Daron Payne and the rookie defensive lineman Johnny Newton were a lot more comfortable in that scheme than Jonathan Allen was. I think that Jonathan Allen could settle back down in a scheme like Denver runs, and he could actually get back to his potential all-pro self. He's 30 years old, so will that happen? I don't know. But if you want to bring him in on a 1-year deal for $8 to $10 million, he could potentially be that upgrade for you over DJ Jones. Jones would hit the market in that scenario, and I think that going back to the San Francisco 49ers would be very likely for him. If you were to bring in Jonathan Allen, though, you would still need a bigger interior defensive lineman to rotate in if you're the Denver Broncos, because Jonathan Allen is only 300 pounds. I say only 300 pounds, but on the D-line, you really want a couple of 325 to 355 pound cloggers who can eat space, and that's just not something Jonathan Allen would provide, but he would still be a very big, impactful player on your defensive line. When healthy and when at the top of his game, Jonathan Allen is one of the best interior defensive linemen in the NFL. And with the Denver Broncos trying to stack as much depth as they can on the D-line, trying to replicate the model of the Philadelphia Eagles, Jonathan Allen could make some sense here, and if you were to bring Allen in, that would free you up in the draft to maybe focus more on the offensive side of the ball. I've been pounding the table saying that the Broncos need to focus on their immediate needs like tight end, running back, and linebacker in free agency. That way you can add more depth pieces in the draft, but if you have a player like Jonathan Allen with such a high ceiling just available on the free agent market, then you would be foolish to not at least entertain the possibility. So let me know in the comment section below, guys. How would you feel if the Denver Broncos were to entertain bringing in Jonathan Allen? Do you think that he would be a good fit here in Denver? I know that there are a lot of people out there that are like, no more old players. Stop bringing in old players. But Jonathan Allen, only 30 years old, he still could be a high-level starter for you, and the injuries aren't as big of a concern as maybe some people are painting it out to be. I don't think that Jonathan Allen dealing with a pectoral injury last year, and that really only being the second major injury of his career, is anything to be overly concerned about. If it was like a knee injury or a broken leg or something like that, maybe I'd be a little bit more concerned. But the recovery rate and the bounce back rate for defensive linemen coming off of pectoral injuries is actually really good. So not concerned about that whatsoever, but I would always love to hear your thoughts, Broncos country. Let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.